Hello guys, and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we might just have the most premium pump formula on the channel that we've ever had, potentially. It's in the name, Premium Pump by Legal Nutrition, who are known to be a very high-end, pulling no punches, sparing no expenses type brand. So how will this product fare as we cover the usuals, the taste, the price, the label, the effects, all coming at you. Will it be your next pump formula? And if you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button, hit the sub button, tick the bell icon. So we drop about 3 reviews a week. But let's get into this one. Okay, first segment, taste and mixability. And we've got the pleasure of trying out strawberry flavour, which is quite unique because normally it's strawberry and lime, strawberry and apple, strawberry and watermelon, strawberry and something. So to have just a strawberry on its own could go very well, or it could go very wrong. But we're hoping for good things. Also comes in black grape, sour apple, blue raspberry and cherry. They all sound quite nice, don't they? So it's nice to have options. But today we'll be trying out strawberry. Mixability. Not too bad. It looks quite thick in the glass. There's a lot in there. It's a packed out formula. I think it's about 25 grams if memory serves. So there is a lot in it. It doesn't look actually that bad, mixability though, with all things considered, I will say. But let's see how it tastes. Yeah, very, well, say very, a little bit chalky. Very sort of thick and potent in consistency. It's like a deep kind of strawberry flavour. More down the natural sweet route rather than down the sour candy route. So, you know, that could be a pro or con depending on how you like your flavour preferences. But I think it's quite nice actually. I'll have one more sip and I'll give it a go. There's no nastiness to it. There's no chemicalness to it or earthiness or, you know, nothing gross. I am mainly just getting the strawberry flavouring, which is good, right? Yeah, really, really good. If it wasn't for that chalkiness, I'd struggle to find any negatives with it, to be honest with you. I'd be happy, taking everything into account, to give this a 9 out of 10. I was between 8.5 and 9, but I think it does earn the 9 because there is a lot in it, so they've done well to get it to taste as good as they have. It is a good one. Let's move on to price. Okay, let's talk price, and do bear in mind, it's right there in the name, Premium Pump, like I mentioned in the intro. So it is obviously a premium product. Well, you know, don't take it for the name, take it for the label, how premium it is, which we'll be getting into shortly. So we are looking at premium prices. But if you want to pick it up, you'll head over to the official website, illegalnutrition.com, where you'll find this 30/15 serving tub on there for £39.99. And when I say 30/15 servings, it's obviously 15 servings if you go full whack, 2 scoops, or 30 servings if you go single scoop. Now, it's one of those rare scenarios where, because it's so stacked, you could get away with doing half serve, aka 1 scoop. And most people should be fine, you know, based on the dosages at least. I don't want to give away too much because we're not in the label and effects yet. But let's just say it's a versatile product from that standpoint. However, for consistency's sake, and because it's what we think that most people will do, we do go with the maximum serving, aka the 15 servings. So when you do the math, it comes to £2.67 per the serving. Now, that is quite expensive because we do have a consistent price scale that measures how expensive pre-workouts are, where a 5 out of 10 is considered to be an average price point. This comes in at a 0 out of 10. So it's off the scale in terms of how expensive it is. So it's way more expensive than an average pre-workout. However, I will say, based on face value, based on just looking at the label, it looks like there's reason to it. You know, they can sort of back up that price point. But like I said, I won't spoil too much. We will move into that right now. Okay, label time. So what exactly are we getting for that price point? So going on maximum serving, as stated, 25 grams, which is a very nice amount as pump formulas go. It's definitely on the upper end. So let's move into it. Pump, endurance and recovery matrix up first. Citrulline malate 2:1 at 12 grams. So we've got a nice juicy amount of pure citrulline there amongst the citrulline malate. So that's going to help to bump up nitric oxide levels, increasing blood flow, pump, nutrient delivery, etc, etc. Great to see in any pre-workout, and we got it here as a mega dose. So love to see that. We follow that up with Fitnox at 500 milligrams. And what I like here with this company is they're very science-based. You know, they've got claims and evidence and studies to back up all of their ingredient selections and dosages. So for example, with this Fitnox trademarked ingredient here, we flip it around on the side, it says boost in-plant-based nitric oxide by 336%, boost dopamine by 36%, and endurance by 18%. So that's a multifaceted ingredient. Obviously you're going to get those benefits in the gym in all of those realms. So love to see that. And then we've got Vinitrox at 500 milligrams again. And again, if we flick the old tub around, they've done a lot of the work for us here, I must admit. Right, so delays the fatigue barrier by 13%. So obviously increased endurance. Nice. Next up, we've got a Mento pump at 300 milligrams. Very nice. Flick that around again. A Mento pump amplifies muscular contraction and nitric oxide mediated vasodilation. A fancy way of saying you're going to get more pumped. So love to see that again. And then we've got S7 at 50 milligrams. Again, look on the back, clinically shown to increase NO, nitric oxide, by 230%. Very nice. Obviously studies and numbers and all that stuff can only take you so far. It's what actually comes through in the real world, in the gym, that matters most. But it's nice to see that they're making their decisions based on evidence rather than hype that perhaps is or isn't there. So love to see it. So then we move down to Hydro Pump, trademarked version of glycerol, 65% at 5 grams, which explains the chalkiness in the taste. But it is a stable form, so you shouldn't really face any clumping issues. And I can say we've had this tub for a few months now and we haven't faced any clumping issues, so that's a good start. And it is in the height of summer as well, so that's great. 5 grams has got to be up there with some of the biggest doses we've ever seen in pre-workout for glycerol. So yeah, I think that might actually take the top spot if I'm not mistaken. But you guys all know glycerol, it draws in water into the muscle cells, swelling you out, hyperhydration, and of course what comes as a result of that is increased pump and endurance. Then we've got pink Himalayan sea salt at 1 gram. Again, it's got to be up there with the highest dose of sin of that ingredient, I do believe. It's nice to see. It's obviously going to help with your electrolyte balancing, contractions, muscle firing, hydration, all that good stuff that we want to get a pump on and ultimately a good gym session, right? Then we move down to Stim Free Energy and Focus Matrix, where we have N Extra, which is 400 milligrams, which you normally see paired with caffeine because it's seen to sort of synergize well with caffeine and even bump up the effects of caffeine. But on its own, it's still effective in terms of boosting up your focus, your energy levels and your drive without raising your heart rate and affecting your central nervous system, obviously. Then we've got Huperzine A at 400 micrograms, another very solid dose there. That's the learning chemical, so it helps with your memory, focus, concentration, mood. Love to see that in a non-stim. Then we've got the absorption and digestion matrix. First up, Astrogen, 50 milligrams. We've got Paradoxine 10 milligrams and Bioperine 10 milligrams. The reason I'm saying them all together as one is because they all are pretty much going to do exactly what it says here in terms of helping get all those ingredients soaked up through the body as quickly and efficiently as possible, getting it to use in the gym. All I will say on that is it's interesting seeing Paradoxine grains of paradise in here because that's normally a fat burning type ingredient. It's used in fat burners or even fat burning type pre-workout. So it's interesting that they've used it in the absorption matrix here, but it does have absorption based benefits as part of its utility. So yeah, that does wrap off the label, guys. A very interesting stacked one. Definitely one of the more unique ones we've seen on the channel. You can sort of see how they justify that price point now. A lot of those ingredients are not only dosed to an insane level, but also trademarked, registered, more expensive, potent, pure forms of those ingredients as well. So yeah, let's see how it comes together in the gym. Okay, effects time of Premium Pump in the several times myself and Aaron have used it. And let's start off from the beginning like we always do. Obviously there's no beta-alanine in this product, so that could be a plus or a negative depending on whether you like it or not. For us, we do like it, but we understand it's good to have options out there where pre-workouts don't have it, because not everyone loves it. So obviously we don't have it in here. If you really love it, you can chuck it in, you can buy it as a standalone ingredient. But nevertheless, It's not in this one. So you don't necessarily notice it kicking in from that perspective, but you do notice it kicking in after the first couple of sets. You get ridiculously pumped. And I'm going to go right ahead and say it. This is one of the most juicy pump non-stim pre-workouts we've ever used. Myself and Aaron agree on this. We agreed pretty much 20 minutes into training and after the fact. We said, wow, this has definitely got to be in the top 5 best pumps we've had ever. And it's to be expected based on a label, isn't it? But labels don't always tell the full story because everyone's different. You don't always know how things are going to come together in reality. But in this one, I would say it comes together even better than the label, if you could believe that. Now, I think the main needle movers in this label are obviously the L-citrulline at the 8 grams of pure and the glycerol at 5 grams. Those are the two chunky ingredients that are going to do most of the heavy lifting in terms of getting you pumped. And I really do think they've maxed out both pathways in terms of the vasodilation and the hyperhydration. So you do get that nasty, deep contractional vascular pump as well as that filled out Michelin Man look. So it's kind of ticking all the boxes that you could possibly want from a pump perspective. So yeah, hands down, one of the best pumps we've had from a non-stim, from a pre-workout in general. So it would probably more than likely make a top 5 best pumps of all time when we do release our next YouTube video on that. Now, from a nootropic standpoint, obviously we've got some focus-based ingredients in there. I would say they come through in the background. It's not super noticeable. You know, they might help with the mind to muscle connection side of things, which you definitely do get on this product. But it's hard to tell in non-stims, you know, when it concerns that, because it's not super noticeable. It could be different day to day depending on your pre-existing mood and your energy levels and things like that. But I would say it was noticeable to some degree in the background. So we'll take that on board. You know, when we can get focus ingredients in a non-stim pump formula, we'll take it. In terms of negatives, there aren't any. So there's no, obviously where it's a non-stim, it's not going to affect your central nervous system. It's not going to give you energy in terms of there's no risk of jitters or appetite suppression or being kept up all night. So yeah, honestly, I think that they've left no stone unturned with this formula. I would say that this is for the absolute elites of the industry. You know, people that want some of the best products that the market can offer. This would fall into that realm. Obviously, it is a very expensive product, but you could definitely get away with, as it's broken down on the label there, 1 or 1.5 scoops if you don't want to go full send. I think they're going to be dosed enough to definitely get you pumped. So if you want to extend the price point and mitigate that a bit, then you've got that option on the table. So yeah, honestly, I haven't got a bone to pick with this product. The pumps are nasty, the focus is there. The only thing I will say is it is very expensive. It's definitely on the premium end. Like I said, it's a 0 out of 10 on our price scale. We don't get many that fall off the scale. So do bear that in mind. It's a tricky one. I would say it's worth the price point if you're after that sort of product. In the same way that if you wanted a Ferrari, you're going to be paying crazy prices for a Ferrari. It just is that way, unfortunately. So if it's out of your budget, it's out of your budget. If you want the best and money's not particularly an issue, then fantastic. So there is the element of discretion there when it concerns that. But yeah, guys, I think that does actually wrap it up. It's a nice quick one today. It ticks all the boxes. We highly recommend it. We'd say it falls into our buy it category simply because of just how good it is, even though it is expensive. So yeah, guys, that does cover it all. Let us know what you think if you've used it. What's the best pump formula you've ever used? Let us know all down below. And as always, stay pumped.